Let's now look at how we build assignments. So it's pretty simple. From the assignments list, there's a little create button, and I just came to the next screen. There's two different types of assignments. There's a formative mode, which is typically what your homework is. There's a summative mode, which is what I talked about, where you can make this timed, and everything is locked down. So none of the aids that we had, none of the help that students need to link to other text, all of that is not going to be enabled. So let's look at homework. So again, everything is progressive. See, everything is grayed out here till you at least enter a name. You can type in your instructions. Now, whatever you're going to get here is going to be a custom table of contents, because if you have ANP1 and ANP2, all of this will be customized for you. So this is the entire 28 chapters, but you might only have 14 or whatever number of chapters that you want, and sections, obviously. So in this case, let's say axial skeleton. You can also pick and choose what you want your students to study. You can also tell them what not to study so you can go to a lot more detail in terms of what you tell your students to study. Now, you can also select videos right from here. And for faculty, you don't really need to do all the review elsewhere. You can do all of your review of questions, activities, everything can be done within the assignments when you create an assignment. So you can also review the videos right from here. So essentially, we're trying to make it super easy. So when you're building an assignment and you want to review this before you select, it's all there. So let's select a couple of videos. And then we'll select activities. And select 3D, a vertical column, and maybe a cadaver. We'll also select a practice quiz. Let's say we select. So each of our quizzes are aligned to the section. That doesn't mean you can build a single quiz, for one chapter or more than one chapter. And I'll show that to you in a minute. And the homework bank is a different bank. It has a different set of questions. You can expect anywhere from 10 to 20 questions in the practice quiz per chapter section. In the homework quiz, you can expect anything from 8 to 12 questions per chapter section. So this is a chapter section, 1.1, 1.2. I'm not picking anything from that, but it's pretty similar. Now, step 3 showed up. This is all where you configure your assignment. You can say, okay, these are all the things that I want my students to study. These are the videos that you want them to watch. In the activities, you can set things to graded, because most students don't do stuff if it's not graded. Immediately turn to red, because it's expecting you to put some grade points here. So let me just quickly put just for simplicity. The activities can be grouped by chapter or all. So essentially, you can either let the students do this as 3 different quizzes, or combine it into a single quiz. If you just say chapter or all. The number of attempts, you can have it to 1, 2, or many. And this is, again, I'm clicking to the required. This is something that you've done a million times. Now, let's actually customize this, right? So the vertebral column, I want to customize this activity first. So this is what Lrnr provides. And when you click on each of these, it'll expand and show you what the activity is. You can also click on show answer to see what the answers are. And it also tells you what type of activity it is. It's a fill in the blank with drag and drop, fill in the blank or image with a drag and drop, and so on. Now let me select a few. And now we just did one. And notice that even though we built with the skull topic, we built even questions, it only shows you activities. It's just trying to make sure that there's no mistakes done. So you can only select activities here. So we just created these two hotspots. If I say show answer, students are expected to match these things. But this is something that we built in less than a couple of minutes. So we just did that. We'll save it. And we close it. So notice that when you customize an activity, it says customized here. So it's easy to identify what's customized and what's by default. Now with the 3D or the Cadaver activities, again, you can customize it or not customize it. But if you just want to review it, you can click on each of these and it'll load the model, and you can simply click on show solution. So for any of these, you can do the same thing. So that's how you can quickly go and review what's expected for the students to do. Okay. Practice quizzes. Same thing. You can say grade is yes. Number of attempts is 2. We can build everything at a chapter level. When that happens, notice what's going on here. You get a customize at the chapter level. When you hover on the names, there's no more customization at this. It's at a chapter level. You can click on customize. And for each of these that you've selected, you can expand and look at all the questions. You can further expand each question. You can see every option and the feedback. This is the right and wrong answer feedback. You can also report an issue. And within 24 hours, we'll not only fix that question, but if any students have already attempted this question and have got incorrect grades, we'll automatically take care of it. We have a full white glove service, so you don't have to do anything from your end. So I'm just going to make it section level to make it easy for us. And we'll customize just one of these because we did build some questions ourselves. So for the vertebral column, you notice that everything here is organized from higher level of Bloom's and difficulty to a lower level of Bloom's and difficulty. We'll go through one question. You patted your friend on her back, and you could feel the bumps of her dash under your hands. So it's a spinous process, and I want to select that. I want to select the second question as well, and maybe a few others. You'll also see here what type of question it is. An MCQ is a multiple choice type of question. Now, I do want to also select my questions that we just built. The movable bone in the skull is the mandible, or the fill in the blank with 2 acceptable answers. I would probably select this and say save. All right. So now, why is it that I cannot move forward? It's simply because I said graded is yes, but there's no grade points yet. So for simplicity, I'm just going to assign random points, and you'll see step 4 show up. Now, in step 4, I can select all the sections I'm teaching. In this case, I only have one section, but let's say I had more than one section. Then I can have separate due dates and start times and due times for each of them, or the same. So you just check this box. Now let's say the start date is sometime in the future. And that's when the students are going to see it on their side. The due date is, let's say, the 21st. And I'll just hit save instead of publishing it. I'll publish it from the other screen real quick. So here we have week 2. And when you hover on each of these, you'll notice that there is a edit, delete. So you can always edit the assignment again, but we just want to publish this. So once you publish, now you can build a template for reuse for the next semester. Okay, that's so how do you build templates? By using this option. I'll click on week 2, build a template for that. And how can you share it with others? I can share it with all the instructors in my course. Because when I'm sharing this assignment, I'll also be sharing the activities, the custom activities I built. So I would say yes to that. So essentially, the MyBank, whatever questions you have, the specific question or activity is shared in this fashion with all the other instructors that are teaching the same course. And how do you find all of your templates for the next semester? You click on templates, and there you go.